Hello and welcome to another update video about oil. So we start with WTI today. It's been a few days since I've made the last oil video, but to be honest, it's just been ranging. It hasn't really moved too much. A quick look at the bigger picture. I'm still watching here for lower eventually, but short term possibly higher. And we're going to talk about the invalidation point for this idea that we could go higher short term before coming down. The overall wave count suggests that of this wave 1 high in March 22, we've been coming down in a wave W, had an X wave, and we're now moving down in a Y wave. In this Y wave, we have, again, another wave W, an X wave, and a Y wave. Okay, so the idea is now to go higher. It should not, however, in this particular wave count, go above the 93.40 level, the yellow X wave, because that would be quite bullish and would indicate that maybe oil already bottomed down here in our long-term support area. By the way, this is the overall long-term area in which oil in this wave 2 should bottom. And of course, it's more of a long-term thing, but this is generally based on Fibonacci levels, the area here between $70 and $34.35, where price should ideally find a low and then afterwards rally in a third wave, which would be quite a significant rally. Okay. Now, looking at this structure here, the idea was also in the last video that we're going to move up a little higher in the X wave before coming down. Alternatively, if we break below the $64 level, yeah, that B wave low here, and the W wave low, that we're already coming down directly. So the overall trend is still down in my opinion. I simply point out the opportunity of a short-term uptrend within a larger downtrend. I guess that's the best way to frame it. This is not guaranteed. You would work against the higher level trend, which is down at the moment still. Okay. And at the moment, I'm looking at higher because this year can be counted impulsive. So the move up of the May low can be an impulse. And then we came down in a corrective move, which I count as an A wave. The move up as a B wave, overshooting B wave. We're now coming down in a C wave. I've highlighted here the support zone relevant for this particular account between 65.90 and 68.80, because we measure it from the low of the wave 1 to the top of the wave 1. That gives you the retracement levels, and based on the count. In the previous video, it looked a bit like, okay, you know, could this already be the beginning of that third wave? But because it made a small new low, I have to count it still as part of the wave 2. Basically, we had an A wave, a B wave, and this is now the C wave down, in which we have done a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and I think this is now the wave 5. But ideally, it doesn't really go significantly below 65.90, the 78.6 retracement, because if it does that, it increases the chances that we go down directly, which is, of course, a word of warning. I mean, you know, this has already come down quite deep, nothing unusual at the moment, but if it drops below 65.90, then it could just straight away make a new low, which is still the higher level expectation, okay? So again, as long as 65.90 is holding, I think higher in a third wave is likely. Now, looking at Brent crude oil, we do that in a minute. It basically nearly is invalidating this one too. So here we have a slight diversion in wave count. So we're going to take a look at that in a minute. But as long as 65.90 is holding, it can push higher in a third wave, then get a fourth and a fifth before it tops in the X wave and then comes down. Looking at Brent crude, it's a bit different. Basically same wave count, looking at the bigger picture, yeah, so there's no change. Also here the idea we could go a little lower, could go a little higher. However, yeah, well, I can't really count that anymore as a 1. Well, I can count it as a 1-2, but then the low must be in. If it makes one more low and it goes below the May low here, the 71.30 level, then this will be invalidated. And yeah, it will be difficult to then, I would then really need to think about how could this wave count be constructed. We might then have to assume that either this B wave is still running, okay? I think that's probably what, because B waves can overshoot to the downside, even though I don't like how this looks. Or that we've already started the downturn in the Y wave. Yeah, but I mean, clear invalidation point here for upside in wave C of X is the 71.30 level. Well, we haven't broken it yet, but it shows much more weakness than WTI. So that's quite interesting. Normally they don't really move in different directions, but this one here might be. But either way, also here, lower is expected with some potential for short-term upside, but it currently shows a lot of weakness here on the Brent Crude chart. Yeah, that's my update about oil. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.